Going into IEP meetings is just no fun. It's traumatic for a lot of people. And so when I came, I tended to draw a crowd. Sometimes there'd be, 10 people, sometimes 15 people from the
Wow.
school district. Yeah. And they're like,
Do you feel that they were there to oppose you?
oh,
Or
absolutely. Well, when I'd show up, it would be, they couldn't get it. They couldn't just use their usual rigmarole to, tell the parents, no, he has to keep up, so he can't be in the general ed class. I'm like, that's not true. You don't have to keep up. I put my career to the side. I wasn't gonna. I had to really keep advocating, sometimes fiercely, for, follow the law. All we were asking for is just follow the law. But we basically had to fight against an entire system that was not following the law with really anyone, in terms of the way least restrictive environment is supposed to be considered. I mean, they didn't even do it for preschool when it's right there in the law. They didn't think they had to. And I helped right that ship. Now they have fully inclusive preschool here. But I wrote a state complaint, and that ended up finally in 2014-15, because all these people kept asking me, well, how do you get this inclusion? We want what you're having. And I said, well, when did you sign your rights away? And they're like, what do you mean? I said, well, where did they go to preschool? And they said, oh, well, they went to special ed preschool here, but we do them privately 2 days a week. And I said, well, that's where Knox County schools got it wrong. And I finally got so tired of hearing everybody went to this special ed preschool, and that was against the law for them to not consider an inclusive setting. You don't have to make an inclusive preschool, but you do have to, subsidize like for private school or Head Start. See, something like Head Start would be, that's what Richmond did. Before spellers become spellers, that's the importance of presuming competence. And in the law, that is actually what should be done. You should be able to access the general curriculum unless there's solid data that shows you can't. And there just isn't if you know about apraxia. And so I had advocated for Peyton for so long, for I think 5 years now. But it's really that access to the general curriculum that, Peyton did not have. He was in a life skills, which you're not even supposed to have, class up until fifth grade. And they discovered spelling to communicate. And the parents are hearing him say, hey, I really want to be in general ed. Like, I want to learn. And they
right.
were sort of, their minds were blown, and they're thinking, yes. And so they contacted me, and I mostly worked sort of behind the scenes in the initial stages to just say, well, this is ADA. You've got your right to your preferred method of communication. And we got that middle school to give it a try. And it was because, especially, of one teacher and one administrator who believed in him.